Good evening and welcome to Speaker Club Saturday night number 98. Let's talk money. Every time it's about money, I believe everyone's antenna goes up because that's something that's live wired, something that's connecting each one of us as a commonality of what we chase for a large part of our lives. And rightly so. I'm not among those who would say money doesn't matter, because I know it matters. The question that we're going to be dealing with today are different facets of money where each one of us have different challenges, different experiences about what is and how can we deal with money. So that's the focus for today's session. And like I mentioned, today's session is a collective wisdom session. So please note, it's not the gyan that I'm going to share. It's more to do with each one of you all coming forward and sharing your stories, your thoughts, and your questions. So I have a few thoughts in my mind, but before I go ahead, I would still want to keep it open to anyone who would want to ask any question so that we can make sure that we are addressing that question for sure. And not just me, everyone in the group can respond to those questions that you have in mind. Please note, because it's a collective wisdom and it is haywire, not structured in nature. So we could be moving from here, there, everywhere. And so please keep your responses, keep your thoughts, whatever you're responding to the questions, a little crisp so that everyone gets a chance and we get the best out of this 1 hour that we'll be spending together. So let me begin with the first question anyone would like to ask. Any question that you have in your mind that you'd like to ask about money. Please don't ask me, how do I get more money without working? Yes. Anything specific that you have in your mind that you want to ask, or you've always had this challenge personally, or you have seen people struggling with this aspect about money? Because here we are going to be discussing about anything. Yes, Madhu, go ahead.
Is it audible, Ron?
Clear.
My voice?
Go ahead.
Yeah, many times people say that no, if a person is giving more value to the money, they say like, he's money-minded person, all those things. But in fact, many situations when we are in really needy in the money, whoever really help, at least at a certain amount, we feel like them as a god. That means actually in current society, that's money is definitely playing a major role. But people completely they're falling just under trap of money, only money. So that's a wrong thing. But actually, it has definitely we need to save money or invest, because that makes a really great impact in our lives.
So Madhu, what's the question?
So my question is, people says that really people think about money savings or earning more money. People say, hey, if I go for another job, I'll get more money, right? People say that don't fall in money, but really the matters. Many times money is really critical role plays in nowadays. So
interesting.
Yeah, that's my.
Let me rephrase Madhu's question. While we look at life in totality, we often say there are many aspects or many pillars to it. But when it comes to the reality of how we see the reality, it is often boils down to money being the fundamental factor where people chase and becomes a driving force behind it. Is that right, Madhu? What is so? What are your thoughts on this? So should money be the fundamental? Not only, I understand, only could always be wrong. Should money be the prime driver of a large part of your decisions or not? Because this rightly said, he said it that a lot of times the people with money or the ones who are having money are the ones who are respected often, and they are the ones whom people reach out to. What are your thoughts on that? Srilakshmi, Priya, anyone can go ahead. Just unmute and start speaking. Vijaya. Yes, Priya, go ahead. Yes, Priya, go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Right. So it was always believed by me that money is not so important. I mean, I always felt that there are far more other things in life which are important, and money is a means of life. I never felt that it was the heart of life. In fact, I still don't feel. Whenever I've asked for, I've prayed to God, I've never prayed for money. I've prayed for other things. I may have never even prayed for the means of money. I could have prayed for a job, but the job was for my own career and professional growth. I never really prayed for money in my life. In fact, till date, I did not pray for money. Even during Lakshmi Puja, I used to only thank God for whatever it is. However, during this lockdown, I realized how, at a certain point in time, cash strapped I was. And when I was cash strapped, I really had like, there was a point where some of my savings were also drained. And then I didn't want to further drain some of the other savings of mine. I really had no money. And when few things started open up, I realized that, we're quite honestly, to make certain purchases also, going on an expensive holiday, like how certain people, my friends, going to go out, going anywhere else, I used to say that, why should I go right now? And if they would say, let's do an air travel, I would be like, no, I don't want to do it right now. And I procrastinated a lot of my dreams, a lot of things, because I couldn't afford it. I just couldn't afford it at that time. Not that I couldn't ask my parents for it, not that I couldn't ask my siblings for it, but thinking about me, I would say underestimating money. No, overestimation is something else, but what I really did is I underestimated money. And I knew that money is very important because it leads to a feeling of self sufficiency. It is an energy. Money is actually an energy that makes you feel satisfied and contented, and rather, it makes you feel resourceful. And if you take that element of money out of the equation, of your equation, you are any day less resourceful. Or let's say, even if you're financially dependent on someone, you become less resourceful because you're giving your power to them and they have the power over you. That's when I realized how important it is to make money. And now I think it's important to make money even when I sleep. I'm only going to think of
Interesting.
how we can do that. So that's
Thank
my
you.
thought on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Priya. I think that's a wonderful perspective. I've seen a lot of people on the other side of the picture where there's a over importance to money, and as a result, eventually coming based to how much is required. Interesting case to see you and listen to your story where there's a under importance to you, and you have learned through the experience of COVID and the times that a lot of people have gone through. You have come to terms with how it is also required. Wonderful story. Good story to begin with. Vijaya, go ahead.
हेलो ऑल हाँ मुझे तो क्या लगता है ना whenever I am seeing some person who is saying that money is nothing okay money is nothing हाथ का मेल है पैसा ना तो हाथ धो दो मेरे को सिंपल सी चीज ओके बिकॉज मनी यस मैं तो यही जानती हूँ कि when you are not जिसके पास बहुत सारा है ना they are thinking that money is nothing they are getting ना they are having flow of energy of money but those who are not having that they know the importance of money. एंड जब करियर शिफ्ट होता है जैसे मेरा तो बहुत बार हुआ फ्रॉम इंजीनियर टू राइटर टू दिस बेकिंग एंड ऑल दैट सो इन दैट केस योर इनकम गोज अप एंड डाउन and in that case no you realize the value of money and I realized the value of money. Yes, it is an important part. Respect your lifestyle, society में reputation, everything are just mixed up with this money. और ये बोले कि हमने ऐसा बना दिया है. So point.
Thank you, Vijaya. I think that's a given the choices that you have made in your life, it's a wonderful story to listen to how it is a part of your life. It's not that like you said कोई हाथ का मैल बोल रहा था I'm waiting please थोड़ा हाथ धो लो मैं पकड़ लूंगा types. Thank you for sharing that. Lakshmi, go ahead.
Yeah, my perspective actually money is nothing. Okay, reason actually I have started my career that time very less amount, right? Actually, pressure I joined. Like that time also I realized that money is okay just for you need to have. You need actually the basic things for that only money is required. I worked like anything. Okay, not because of money. I know if I worked, I have stuff everything. Money automatically will come to me. This is I realized actually. then I will fix whatever I want. Actually, now also my expectation is not big. Actually, I want to big one palace or something like that. I need to believe on small house with actually if money is there means we'll lot of people I'm seeing actually in my circle. I'm lot of CEO, lot of things I connectivity I have. They all actually what no, they will not sleep properly also. Something when happen right, they will not lack of sleep. For me, I sleep very peacefully. For me money is not a matter. So just I will see whatever the I'm not saying actually I'm not something how we can say exactly uh, what is required, that one I want, that only what is my age, what is my I'm saving, I'm doing actually. For example, what I will do whenever I'm getting increment, I will do my job is for example 75k means 75k only. Even I'm going 100 also, 1 lakh also, I will retain 75 and still I'm getting. I will save that money. That pandemic time also I not worried about. Again, whenever the salary come also I not worry. Salary coming again, the 1 or 2nd day or 3rd day they not got salary. You need to see my girlfriends all there, right? They will struggle like anything. I need to go this one EMI, that one I will not pay EMI also. If I have something, or else I will not buy only. Whatever I want, I will get that one. If I'm qualified for that, I will buy, or else I will not buy only. So like that only. This is my perspective. Money is nothing. If you in your control, you'll get everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. I think another side of the story of how Vijaya will have more responses for more topics. So I'll limit to one right now because I don't want him to get into that. This is my side, this is your side, this is my side, this is your side. The idea is you have mentioned your point. On the other extreme is where we heard Ellen sharing that it's nothing. And yet, while Ellen shared it is nothing, he said, while I'm doing my work, money will follow automatically. He didn't say, while I'm doing my work, happiness will flow automatically. He didn't say that satisfaction will flow automatically. He said, money will flow automatically. The point that we're talking of here is, look at how the dimension, the point that Madhu asked, the dimension for our assessment about how we are, our lives and everything is based on the money part of it. And I like beautifully how Priya mentioned the fact is, also how Vijaya or Ellen mentioned about what are you doing with money? What need, what purpose is that money serving you? So I'm taking a bit of the point that Priya mentioned, wherein she told about how much freedom does it give to you? Do you have to think about money to stay calm? Or have you managed your life, the finances of your life in such a way that you are free from being bothered about money? So there's something called as marginal utility of money is what people often talk of. For a poor person, getting 10 rupees also is a source of this much joy. While for forget about Ambani, someone who has a decent income, decent lifestyle, decent life, for him getting that extra 20,000 also won't be this much. It'll be this much. So you talk of 10 rupees is more or 20,000 is more. 20 is more, but the joy that the 20 is giving isn't as much as that 10 is giving. So the point that Madhu, the question that you asked in relationship to that, I would only say, when it comes to the lower band of not having money, just what Priya realized, or what Vijaya was talking of, what Ellen was telling, at the lower end, it is always a question mark. You are running on thin ice with regard to meeting your needs. And when I'm talking of needs, I'll come in more detail about needs as we move forward. We are talking about meeting your needs, and that's where people live from paycheck to paycheck, wherein they're surviving and waiting for when the next money will come. That is not a place where you would want to be. Equally, on the other extreme is where you have the too much of it. There are the pressures, there's the tension, and all those things also of having money. I'll come about more in this. So the ideal thing is, the secret to having a calmness about money is not in the amount or the scale of how much you have. Not have money, but the scale of how much free you are from being bothered about money. So look at it in this way. if you're getting 10,000 income per month and your needs are being met, and you are not having to bother about where will I repay this loan from, where will my aspirations, where will my dreams come from, where will I purchase this, where will I purchase that, if you're not being bothered about that, it's a good amount. And on the other side, if you're getting a 50 lakh salary and your EMIs are going for 30 lakhs and then you're left with 20 lakhs and in that you're bothered about what my next aspiration is, even that 50 lakhs is no good. So the question is, thank you Madhu for asking that wonderful question. How do you judge how much is enough? There comes the point where you don't have to bother about where the money is or the source of that money, or you are having enough of it or not. The moment you are relaxed, that's the place to be in terms of money. Having said that, let me move to the next point. Do you think, you think the rich are happy? Do you think having too much money is better off than having too less of money? Your thoughts. Which is a better boat to be in? Who would like to respond? Srilakshmi. Don't wait for me to ask. Please just unmute and start speaking. We already have lesser time. We don't want to waste time in the gaps. Yes, Srilakshmi, go ahead. Which is a better boat to be in?
I think there is no limit how much we have money. So even a person having 50,000 also happy, and a person having crores also. But things, I mean, happiness is never relate to the money. So yes, I mean, why I am saying yes, people who doesn't have money also they are happy, but people who have a lots of money also they are not having happiness at their end. So happiness is something, it's a different actually what I feel. But yes, there are some places where person has money, right? So they can decide what they have to do, what they can, whether they want to go for a travel trip or some other things. Or it's like whatever the money we have, we can plan it accordingly. So in case if a person doesn't have money, he will plan it within his home itself, enjoying with their family. If the person has money, he go and plan for a trip. But in current society, yes, we need to give a preference to the money. Otherwise, it would not. I mean, the survival is not happen without money. So
Wonderful.
My thought is, yes, we need to do hard work, dedication along with your passion, and money will get into your end. So if people do not do anything, I think money won't come to you. So that is where, so it would be anything, if it is a 50,000 or a crore or even a higher amount. So we need to do something which we passionate about and dedicate it and do it based on the dharma, what I would say, it's moral. Whatever you do, it should be in moral, not so we never think of that only we need money. If we can do anything to get money. So that is not the case. So whatever we do, it should be in moral and do it hard work and dedicate it.
Thank
so
you.
Then obviously that money comes into you. Yeah.
Thank you, Srilakshmi. I think that's a wonderful balanced perspective of how much and what you should be focusing on. Vijay, I'll come to you. I would want everyone to speak. So who's not speaking, so please take your chance and you can speak. I'm waiting to listen to your stories too. Yes, I'm coming to you, Priya, also. Uma ma'am.
Like Priya said, money is energy, and like all other matter, money is also energy. The more you respect it, more it will respect you also. And money is sometimes the feeling of abundance. If you have the attitude of gratitude, and whenever you give money to someone, you say, I love you, and give that money to someone. it will come back to you. I have even felt that sometimes, because once I remember I gave a donation of 5,000 rupees to someone, since they had asked for a donation, and unconditionally I just gave it. And immediately after 2 days, I could get back that money through some other way, by means of a new enrollment of a student and things like that. So God blesses you. That's what I feel. When you give away unconditionally, things come back to you, and there is no limit for man's need. There is limit for man's need, but not for his greed. That's what they say. So, like you said,
Interesting.
you can be happy with 500 rupees. You cannot be happy with 5 lakh rupees also. So it depends on your needs.
Thank you, Mama. I think that's another balanced perspective, I must say. I'm waiting to hear to some extremes. I'm waiting for that. It's often said, I heard this, I'm not sure if I would say funny or a serious quote, but I would be better off crying in a Mercedes than in a hut. I would be better off crying in a Mercedes than in a hut. I'm not sure what to make of this. Vijaya, go ahead.
Actually, what I am thinking that there are 3 dimensions of life: body, mind, and money. So if you are having good health, that's good. Mind means relationship. Mind में सब आ गया, relations and my condition and everything. And money, if you are lacking in any one point, na, that is a losing thing. So if we are going for a suppose we are going for a resort, and we are with our family and everything, and at resort we are fighting. What is in that? Nothing. So we are having money, we are having our health, but we are not having our mind. So it's a combination, a balance of body, mind, and money. And yes, it is right. I follow that one only. It's better to cry on in a car than. और एक चीज और मैं follow करती हूँ, that is everyone is saying whatever I am having, I am happy in that. Why? क्यों? हमको चादर इतना ही क्यों रखना है? मैं तो मेरी चादर बड़ी करूंगी और मस्त उसमें रहूंगी. So that point I started. Previously, what is the thing now? When I was in 20s, means 25, 26 before marriage, that time my thinking is like that. 5 रुपए बचा लो, 5 रुपए बचा लो, like that. Okay, save 5 rupees only, also 1 rupees also. But that time I am not valuing my time. 5 रुपए बचाने के लिए 2 घंटे खराब कर दिए. But right now, what is the thing now? If I am spending 100 rupees, but I am saving my time, 100 rupees आएगा कहाँ से? क्योंकि मैंने मेरी चादर बड़ी करी.
Interesting.
I know how to सीखना क्या है ना अभी, कि how we can earn. There are so many sources to earn. I am earning from so many sources, but what is the thing? People don't know how to earn. That's why they are compromising on their standards, on their lifestyle, on their recreational activities, because they are not having that. They can afford.
Thank you, Vijaya. That reminds me of a famous quote. The quote goes something like this. Why does, who said this? I think it was some investment guru or someone who said this. Money means nothing. Money means nothing. Please make sure you have enough of it before you start talking nonsense like that. Wonderfully said. I think that's a wonderful perspective, Vijaya, when you said that rather than everyone who talks about being content, bas nahi chahiye, pyasa nahi chahiye, aaram se rehna hai, look at peace, happiness and all those things. Invariably, if you look at their bank account, they don't have anything. And so they are speaking that. Just trying to find a reason to justify their position rather than looking at what all you can earn, rightfully earn. You will not be slave to it. Like what is money is being made of, you will not be a slave to it. But how can you earn and still have a simpler life? Vijaya, many times when I have spoken of this thing of money means nothing or money means only a little, I come from a different stand, not because I don't have money, but from a different stand. And so when you said the way of living, the standard of living, the spending and all those things, I come from that thought. I come from that base where I have, and yet the choices that I make is what makes me happier, because I've seen same number of people with same amount of money in their bank account and yet miser, only because of how they are thinking about what they're doing and how they're living. So it's a choice. So when it comes to what we all were discussing right now, the quality of living, it doesn't matter how much you have or the lifestyle that you're living. Frankly, if that's a choice that you're making, be proud of it. But don't make that an excuse or just a justification for your situation that you don't have it. I think that's a wonderful point. Well said, Vijaya. Madhu, and after that, Priya. And request everyone to please make it quick so that we can have more topics so that we can understand and discuss more. Yes, Madhu.
Yeah. So making more money or making less money, which makes happiness means, I always remember this story. Maybe many of you also agree, but we are not able to follow that. There is one beautiful story in nearby some beach. There is a one what we called as a jalar, what we called the fisherman. So he's sleeping and enjoying, putting his one leg on top of another leg and enjoying. There's a one business person. I think Rahul got it. So there is a one business person came and says, okay, why these people wasting time, let me make some good speech and something, I'll make him to teach something. Then he asked, how much you are earning, what you are doing. So I'm hunting fish. How much you are earning? So and so and so he said. Okay, why can't you, spend more time and earn more money? So that fellow asked a very, confusion or what happens, sir, if I work more, all those things, questions. He said, no, you can earn more money. So then what happens, sir? You can buy another boat. So then what happens, sir? No, you can, employ others. So then what happens, sir? Then you can sit, relaxedly and you can keep your hand. Try, enjoy, relax, whatever you want, you can do. Sir, I think I am doing the same right now. So I think this perspective we have to do, but we are living in society right now. We have a, I have a two-wheeler. I feel like, while I'm going with family, I think four-wheeler with AC is good. I think because, when I went to, some party, when I, went into my friend's car, I felt like very nice. Why can't I give this comfort to my family? Something that, like in human, we feel like always we want more for happiness. So I think that's very rare. Like, I don't know. I mean, when Lakshmi said, limiting ourselves, wherever we required only that much means it's really great thing to have that kind of attitude. But to be very frank, I don't have that. But still, I feel like, I wanted to control myself and enjoy what I have.
Thank you, Madhu. Wonderful. We did discuss about this story. I think I'm not sure which program, but one of the earlier programs we did discuss this. The question at the end of it is, it's an individual's choice. It's an individual's choice of what they want to make out of their life. Some people might be in search of that peace, that solace that they want in life. For them, that could be happiness of just sitting there and with their legs crossed, enjoying their life in the way it is. On the other side, it could be a complete loss of potential. Someone who's blessed with so much of talent, so much of opportunity, and yet they don't make the best out of it. Lakshmi, I'll come to you after Priya. Priya?
Yes. So Rahul, to the question that you asked, I had one point to give. Whenever people talk about happiness, can money buy happiness? Now here happiness is very subjective. So whenever people say, can money buy happiness? The fact is, really it is, that the best things in the world are free of cost. We all know that. But at the same time, there are other things also which can be as good as best for us, which money can buy. And it is like an experience. Now you can give experience. I would say the gateway to the experience, maybe you might have to spend. So like we talk about a holiday is giving you what? When you go to so many places, you meet different people, you make different stories, and they become a part of your life. Some of them are such enriching stories that you would like to take that experience to the grave. Now that is something that you may say that money can't buy. However, money has been your carrier to take you where you were able to enjoy all of that. Imagine someone sitting with no money in the house. They don't even have money to travel, or they don't have money to do anything. Then yes, what you just said, that crying in a Mercedes would be better than crying in the hut. And I would also say the same thing, because I have experienced this during the lockdown. And I really feel that somehow money is such an enabler that can convert, or rather, it can not just satisfy your needs, but you can go above in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You can afford your wants. You can afford your needs. That is true. That is what we all are here for. We all, you know what people feel, Rahul, is that roti, kapda aur makan, bas isse se ho jayega sab kuch. But beyond the roti, kapda aur makan, if you see, we have a hierarchy of needs, and some of them that are wants. If you can satisfy your wants also, what's wrong with that? It's about bringing that beautiful experience, that other energy. Meeting other people also is about bringing energy, and life is all about energy exchange. Oh, and money, I would say, I completely believe in this. Money is an enabler.
Wonderful.
It
Thank you.
enables you to do everything.
Thank you, Priya, for that. I think that's a line that I would take away. Money is an enabler. The challenge with happiness is that when people say needs, roti, kapda, and makan is all that a normal human being would need. But the challenge is when that roti, kapda, makan becomes Taj ki roti, Gucci ke kapde, or Lodha ka makan. That's where, when you fall prey to what level you want, the desire, the want, whatever you call it, that is where the challenge is. Again, I'm saying it's not a challenge. I'm not saying it's a problem, because there's a beautiful saying in Bhagavad Gita which talks about detachment. Detachment isn't about you owning something. It's not about you not owning something. It's that thing not owning you. Are you sure of whatever you own? Are you the real owner, or that thing is owning you? Today, if I snatch away whatever you have with regard to the higher level over the desires or the needs, if I snatch away all those things that you have, can you still survive? Will you still have that smile on your face or not? Or have you fallen prey to this is a minimum that I need to lead and feel happy? Is a question that I would want each one of you all to ask yourself. Ellen, over to you.
Yeah, actually, that as I said earlier also, the money, how much we having and how much we need. First, we need to understand that one, why we need money. Money is there, means surely we need to spend that one. That's the reason. Okay, so actually I used to check actually whenever that I see that rich people as well as the middle class people like that. But actually a lot of people, I don't know what usually they will, I need to buy car or I need to buy house. Again, like that. Some of the people I will say that lifelong they're in rented house, they'll be happy. If their good house is not there, if raining, they're having in Chennai, you know, right? It will flood or something, I can change my house. Same mindset only I am also nowadays. No, not just I need to stay happily. Happily means I can change anytime. Actually, today I not like this house, I will go somewhere. This job I not like, somewhere I will go. I'm having 3 offers even though I'm not going to Bangalore. Listen, Mysore, I'm living happily. Even 5 lakhs, actually they will tell you are full like that. I will tell, yeah, I'm full. Reason I'm happily there. If I'm going there, I'm getting another 1 or 2 lakhs extra. I know how to struggle there also. Earlier I struggled there also. So I'm saying actually this is enough for me. Reason I'm having enough saving. You know that my how I can say actually I see in my childhood actually. My father he used to give 1 rupees for me. I used to save that one. My friends I will save 10 rupees. I will get. I will do. Same thing started my career also. I used to save. So what I thought, I not go EMI or something. I need to whatever there I need to buy. So like that I started means. So obviously actually you are thinking actually your expectation somewhat less. So you no need to worry about money. But surely money is required. Without money nothing will happen. You know, right? So money is required, but how much is required is matter. Reason I can work instead of 8 hours, 16 hours. Reason how I come to know actually I used to do umpiring. Okay, in cricket umpiring, morning 8:30 I started means evening 9 o'clock. Sorry, 7 o'clock I need to go home. I know how much pain. 100 rupees I will get. Okay, now I am same thing. I'm working the 8 hours. I'm earning 5,000 rupees per day in my office. But I know that worth. So we need to know that worth actually how much the money is important. So the timing accordingly we can do. Apart from money, lot of things are there in life. We need to concentrate that. Thank you for this.
Thank you, Ellen. Wonderful pointer. The underlying line: know how much you need that makes you happy, is a good question that each one of y'all can ponder. Sri Krishna, last and quick. Sri Krishna, you're on mute.
Yeah. Actually, so when Lakshmi Narayan sir told about saving money, so I remembered my childhood. So what I used to do is whatever money I get, I used to save and keep it with me. And when I opened a bank account, so पहले मैं savings में डाल के, after that I did FT. So when Lakshmi Narayan sir told about saving money, that was something I remembered. Saving money. So I feel that I could inculcate that habit of saving. So right now also one thing, I mean, I'm doing an SIP as well for my future. So I think that because of that, doing that savings in my childhood, I got to know the value of money, and I learned to respect money, I would say. So yeah.
Thank you, Sri Krishna. Thank you for adding that to Ellen's point. So let me share with you a few statistics or a few stories that have been written about the ultra rich. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett. These are the people who have the wealth much more compared to some of the country's GDP or the country's wealth. So some of the things that have been told about the story behind they earning that money, the cost is something that you need to understand, because more often than not, unless we are fallen into that trap and we are lost and without any control to get back, we get to realize these things. Elon Musk works for 120 hours a week. That's almost like 17 hours a day. He hasn't taken a week off since 2001. For one whole week, he hasn't taken a week off since 2001. And that too in 2001, it was because he got malaria. On his birthday, on his 47th birthday, for 24 hours, he was in the office. He spends on average sometimes 3 to 4 days continuously in his factory to make sure the production targets and the things that are required are met. Warren Buffett, one of my idols with regard to the simplicity of life that he had. As soon as both his children grew up, his wife Susie decided to move out and left for San Francisco. She and Warren Buffett have stayed separate for 27 years. And there were times when Warren Buffett didn't know what to do in the house, could not wear his own pants or serve his own food. In May 2021, there was a list which was got out, which talked about the top 10 richest people in the world. Of them, there were a total of 13 divorces, and only 2 people, so I'm talking of multiple divorces also in that, only 2 people of the top 10 have stayed married with the same woman. And those 2 people are Mark Zuckerberg and Larry Page. They are the only 2 ones who are married with the same woman and still with them. So the idea that we're talking of is not that it is not worth chasing money or having the comfort of extra money. It's not that it's not worth, but always remember there's a cost to it that you will eventually be paying for having that extra. And if you're willing to pay that cost, your choice. Nobody has a right to tell you that choose this or choose that or have the balance or don't have it. The point is, look at what is the cost of the other end. We have a lot of people on this end of not having money. Don't look at the other side of the story being completely beautiful and picture perfect. It is not. There's a cost to everything that is there on the other side also. So look at how you're trying to balance and how much you're chasing and wanting to be on the other side of the story. Having said that, some people mentioned about savings. With regard to your savings, how do you go about saving? What percentage of your money do you save? Of whatever your salary that you get or whatever you're getting, what percentage of that money do you save? How do you go about that? Just a quick percentage. 105%. 10%. Okay, thank you. I thought you're earning 10,000 and you're saving 10,500. I'm not sure who's your father-in-law. I'll have to meet them. Yes. Let's talk about savings. Let's talk about money. How do you go about saving the money that you get, and what do you do?
Yeah, what I will do actually, that I told, right, increment time also I return my salary is 20,000 to 30,000 means I will think still I'm 20,000. That remaining percentage I will use to save. I'm having that whenever I'm saving, right, as actually Srilakshmi told, right, I have a SIP, again lot of insurance, LIC, whatever that, right, I consider that bank account is there, right, just I will not say 20,000 only my salary, that's it. In marriage also, that's the reason I done my marriage, even single rupees I not ask my father. I done the SIP, someone told I done, actually I got 50% profit. So again my uncle also I am helping. Sometimes they will say you are overdoing actually. So I will reason I don't want my wife also, you will confuse like that. Okay, sometimes. But I proved her actually that Sari will give, right, 3,000, 4,000 they used to give all during marriage. That is one time only life I am getting marriage, right?
No, you're not sure. We'll talk about it later.
So still that's the reason I give, instead of 3,000 Sari, 3,000 rupees, I given 1 lakh, 3 Sari. That 1 lakh reason my happiness, what I should give to her, what I want, actually I need to get when the time is. Something once I need a loan or something, or EMI something, I used to save like anything. Whenever really required, I will say, actually food, without food, I'm not, instead of 3 times, I'm not having 2 times. I'm having 3 times. Whenever I want, actually public transport, I'm going public transport, or something really car is required means I'm going COVID time, I went by car only. I not waited 2 months, bus will come, I will save my money like that. Okay, I went by car, train like that, instead of car journey, train I can go, or something, each and everything I will say why I'm doing, it really required like that. I used to tell my parents, even my bosses also I tell, cost cutting, I will do a lot of things in my office. They will say how, I mean, I am saying I'm not the employee, this is working as passion myself. I'll think I am the owner. You are just working for me, like that I told him. Like that I will work. Reason that day I know worth of the money. So I did this is only. So a lot of saving. Reason if you are in your pocket, you will give, right? You will don't give much. If your company, you will say, why there a lot of person I heard. Company only paying, why you need to do? Like that. I will not think like that. So that is the saving. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's a wonderful way, or the habit of the way you're going about saving and looking at saving. Vijaya, 100%.
Okay.
Yes, Pratna ma'am, go ahead.
Yeah. So it's very interesting topic, Rahul, because being a single parent, I have gone through all the stages. So I wanted to give few my experiences over here. When I started my journey, then I was like very much tensed how to hold everything in my control and how to take up the family ahead. Then I remember my mother giving a wise advice. Like I was asking, where should I invest money? How should I make that multiply my money? So now you don't get into all those things. First, you seal all the holes of your drum. That's how she said. First, to start sealing, just check out how many holes are there in your drum, and then you just be careful for you in your limits. First, sealing those holes is very important. So that I have done for a few years, and then I've remembered that saving money, growing rich, and becoming comfortable is nothing but a lot of money has to be saved. But in that process, after some times, again, when I come across with some people, then I realize that I am missing out on the essence of the life. Too much of saving and everyday real life experiences are also equally important. And spending is also one art. When you are saving is one art, then spending is also one art. You have to be mindful so that every moment you have to enjoy your life. At the same time, careful, you shouldn't become spendthrift. But again, you have to hold on your expenses also. And then later on, what I realized, when you collect, earn, and save those money, and feel that you are becoming rich. Okay, 1 lakh se lakpati se karodpati ban gaye, karodpati se 10 crore ke malkin ban gaye. I say then you are just looking at, you are counting on your earnings. Then I realized, when our kids are growing, instead of telling them that, see how much I have earned for you, it's very important making them that much resourceful. I said this much I have earned and nothing belongs to you. It is my hard money. Now you start your race from scratch. And they are also of that mentality. They said, we are not going to touch a single NP. And that's how we have to make our kids also resourceful. And then I told them, you leave me to snatch, as you were telling about the wealth which we are getting connected. I said, I became myself as a minting machine. Snatch away all the properties from me. I'll just show you how much I will earn and collect. And I made my kids also in that way. So you don't have to become greedy and you don't have to become anxious and how to earn. When you start becoming like that, many dirty habits, creep into your personality. Become self-reliant, confident. Journey has to continue, and always we have to upscale ourselves. That's how, and we have to be vigilant and learn the market, what is going on, how to be smart enough to develop your USP, whichever field you are. You have to develop your USP, and in that way you have to become resourceful. And as long as we are holding on to the assets and feeling pride about assets, then the downfall starts. Never ever feel proud about whatever assets you have, and never bring the money topic in the relations. There everything gets collapsed. That is that your skill, art that you are earning and keeping, that is keep it aside, make use of it. And one more important thing, richness also never comes with the money what you have. Richness comes with the relations what you are holding on. Richness comes the way you are making use of your money, not holding and keeping, stocking the money. Richness comes with the, वो बोलते हैं ना, घर में वैभव आता है. घर में वैभव कैसे आता है? तुम 4 लोगों को बुलाओ, घर में बाहर करो, आना जाना हो, मेल छोल हो, और दिन तुम दान पुण्य करो, उसमें जो वैभव आता है, that is called richness. And you go and tell that I own this, that is not giving you richness. So these are simple tips we have to remember.
Thank you, Pratna ma'am. That in itself kind of encompasses the entire session's ideas that we had. Thank you for sharing those wonderful. I think you touched about everything. About how you should be looking at saving, how you should be looking at what is richness, how parenting, kids, money and parenting is one topic. When you said about that thing, about not being too clingy and saving and only saving, I remembered of this one instance where there was an interaction with my father when I asked, Dad, do we have enough money to last our lifetime? He said, no. Then I asked him, shouldn't we save more and spend less? To which he responded something which I'm going to remember for my entire lifetime. I asked him, should you not spend less and save more? He said, what if our money lasts, but we don't? What if our money lasts, but we don't? They say, there's another famous quote about it. Whatever is left in your bank account on your death date is basically the excess of work that you have done, for which you could have actually enjoyed the life that you have got.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pratna ma'am, for those wonderful tidbits of sharing on different elements of money. Srilakshmi, over to you.
I think Pradhana madam already covered all the dimensions. I just give, it's almost same, but yeah, so the percentage of savings, what I would say is, it's like it's our hard-earned money. So keeping them in a particular way is also, it's our responsibility. So you invest in any way, it should be, it's our responsibility to help that in our retirement life. So it's really one thing that I would say. So we have to build with our investments a passive amount, not so we have to keep that some ways we should get the passive amount. So that is one thing we have to think through, whether it's the investment is in anywhere, maybe it's in lands or it's in any kind of area. So that should be one thing that we have to think through. And the second part of it, yes, so we should not show our pride when we get the things in our bucket. So that is one thing. So this is for our security purpose, which we actually built, but it should not be for to show our pride in to entire world. And the other part, what I would say is, it's history always talking about, if we see so many people's life. So one of the actors, cine actor Savitri, if we see, she earned a lot of money, but at the end she not even have a single rupee when she is so that is where financial management is also one important thing. When we are earning, the financial management also should be one thing we have to take in care, and that should be part of our life. And until we go death, so this should be with us. I mean, the money should be with us, not to what we say. So yeah, we can spend some money to charities and all donations we can give, but something we have to keep for us till our end of our life.
Thank you. Wonderful pointers, Srilakshmi ma'am. Here, when I asked about what percentage of saving, I want you all to look at how and where you are saving money. Because there are 4 elements when it comes to money and how you're managing it. One is the earning part of it. One is the saving. Third is investing. And the fourth one is spending. Now, the important question is, look at the elements that you are in charge of and the sequence in which you plan these things. There are instances where you earn, you spend, you save, and then invest what you are left with. The other side of the story, which should be the case ideally, is where you earn, you save, you invest, and then you spend what is left. Now, the very smart and very financially intelligent people invented a third technique. You spend first. Even before you have earned, you spend first, what is called as EMIs, credit cards. You spend first, then you earn, then again you spend. Basically, you'll be paying the interest or whatever the extra costs are there for the first spending. You'll spend that, and then you will save, and then you will invest. Because by the time you reach this last step, there's nothing left. Now, the simple metric that people have when it comes to EMIs or these credit card usages and all those things, always remember to make sure you don't have a EMI of over 40% of what your income is, monthly income. 40% of it should not be more than, the EMI should not be more than 40% of it. And more importantly, whatever is your EMI, there should be a 3-month pool which is ready in your bank account at any point in time. So that in case of any emergency, in case of any job loss or anything, you at least have a backup of surviving the EMI for 3 months once you're out of job or out of the lack of income part of it. So look at how you are fundamentally looking at these 4 elements in your life: the earning part of it, the saving part of it, the spending part of it, and the investing part of it. It is beautifully said, for you to become rich, the first and foremost step is saving. The problem is people stop there. And I haven't come across one millionaire who has become a millionaire by saving money. You become a millionaire by investing money. Srilakshmi was talking of having and building another source of income. That source of income can be working and getting another source of income, or using the money that you have to build another passive income. So today, even if you have good amount of money in your just bank account, remember when you were as a child, you paid a school fees of 2,000 rupees per year. Today, your child's school fees is 20,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs. And by the time your child goes to MBA, college, wherever he goes, it will be 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs. Now put that into your equation of saving. I want each one of you to reflect on what you're doing with your savings so that it will meet the needs of the future. We often think today, if I'm earning 50,000, if I'm saving 20,000, I'm done. The point is our aspirations don't go in the reverse gear. They always go in the forward gear. They keep scaling up. They keep going up. So today you are married or just married, have kids, don't have kids, whatever it is, for you to make them worthy and invest in them, that 20,000 if you're saving today, it's not actually good enough. Look at it in the long run of how you're looking at money and how different requirements which can come up in the future can be served. Now let me play this simple game. You all are going into a forest, okay? If you're going into a forest, I'm going to give you 10 bottles each and you have to survive for 5 days. Per day, you'll need a minimum of 2 liters of water. A normal, you'll require 2 liters of water. So what will you do? How will you divide the usage of bottles in these 5 days? You can just unmute and respond. How are you going to use these 10 bottles over the 5 days? विजया, अब सबको लग रहा है राहुल ने बोला तो कुछ ना कुछ फंसाएगा, कुछ ना कुछ ट्विस्ट।
बोतल 1 लीटर का है ना?
हाँ, जो भी है, आपको 2 बॉटल एक दिन में नॉर्मली यूज करते हो।
5 में 5 मैं तो पी जाऊंगी।
तो बाकी 5 बॉटल क्या करोगे?
तो 1 बॉटल को 5 दिन है ना, 2 बॉटल तो पीना ही है।
हाँ, तो अभी क्या
खत्म 10 बॉटल 5 दिन।
10 दिन खत्म। सडनली बीच में बहुत गर्मी हो गई। हैदराबाद का पहले एक्सपेक्टेड था कि 42 डिग्री टेम्परेचर होगा, 48 हो गया, तो गर्मी ज्यादा लग रही है, तो क्या करोगे?
Maybe think like no, you have only 8, save 2 and spend only 8. Maybe divide 8 by 5 days. Maybe kind of such a way.
Interesting. Now I'm not exactly, there's no right or wrong over here. I'm just giving you different perspectives. Like Madhu said, if you keep 8 and keep 2 as a backup. Now the thing is, once you go into the forest, you are not sure. You're not sure कि कब क्या, कैसे, कहाँ से कोई जंगली ट्राइब कोई भी आ जाएगा, आपको लूट लेगा. तो आप एक कुत्ते को रखते हो अपने पास. एक कुत्ते को, you keep one dog with you so that it acts as your safety. कोई भी आएगा तो it can attack. But the problem is, dog has to have over 5 days. It will have at least 200 ml of water every day. Will you keep that dog or will you say नहीं यार इसका एक बॉटल तो इसका ही हो गया?
We have to keep.
How many of you all have life insurance or medical insurance? Not the one which is given by company, okay? I'm asking if you have taken a life insurance or a medical insurance by yourself. Now, Madhu, dog, done, confirm?
हाँ ना, वो हो गया ना, forest का पानी, forest का पानी का
now suddenly Madhu, kids are unwell, hospital. You have to go somewhere, and because they don't accept cash, they wanted water bottles as payment.
Then think like only you have a 7.
वो जो 2 रखा था उसका क्या करने वाला? अचार लगाने वाला? Yes, Vijay, go ahead.
मैं तो जंगल में सोर्स ढूंढूंगी कहाँ से पानी मिल सकता है, वो भी एक है.
Interesting. Find another source of income. पानी का एक खाली बॉटल जो पीना पियो, 2 दिन में खत्म करो, मिल जाएगा, कुछ ना कुछ तो पक्का मिलेगा, वहां भर लेंगे पानी. Next question, Madhu, you found someone who's telling, and there are a lot of people around them. There are a lot of people around that person who's selling bottles. He's saying that give me 1 bottle, I'll give you 3 bottles in 2 days. And someone has come and told you also. Yesterday I gave him 1 bottle. I got 3 bottles. Today I'm giving him 3 more bottles. He'll give me 9 bottles.
Don't trust, but expect worst also. Expect worst.
Both are friends.
However you want to call this. Now look at.
No, I'm not saying to do or accept that, but expect for worst also. I mean, what can happen wrong also, just expect for that.
Interesting. So now the reason why I was asking all these instances was philosophically, we know all the answers. The challenge is look at your realities. The challenge is look at your realities of how are you saving enough? Are you planning enough? Are you having a backup plan with regard to insurance, any emergency, any instance? Do you have an emergency bucket where tomorrow if suddenly you need some money, will it be there? Can you, like, you could have it in real estate, but what's the point? Are you investing all your savings in FD, which is giving you 4 or 5%? Or are you investing everything in equity market? The question is, today, if you're thinking that by investing something in bank and fixed deposits, you are safe and that you'll be able to survive with all the returns that you're getting, please note, the world and the way it is moving ahead, and in India especially, look at the petrol rates. Your FD won't serve even the next, your last 5 years savings of FD won't serve your petrol rate increase for the last 1 month. Last 4 years, you earned whatever 4%, 5%. So your 100 rupees will be, as an example, your 100 rupees will be 120, 125 today. And in a matter of 1 month, Modi has come and taken all your interests. Finish. The question is, look at how your financial planning in totality, when you talk of the different elements which are required, saving, investing, earning and building another sources of income, look at how all these things are falling in place when it comes to managing your money. I am not selling anything. I don't have anything to sell. So please note, at the end of it, I won't come, please, I'm a financial consultant. These are my charges. I'll show you investment plan. This is the stock market. I don't have anything of that at all. All I'm saying is find your answers. Like Lakshmi was mentioning about a plan that he has for things, even the most foolproof of plans have their own challenges. Are you aware of the risks that are there in that plan? That is what you have to take care of. And it's a very, very wide topic, so we can't cover much over here. But hopefully, some of the stories that I have heard about some of Srilakshmi, Pratna ma'am, Lakshmi Nana, Madhu, and different stories that I've heard today have indeed given me a confidence that I am among those people who know, at least no, I'm not seeing your bank account balances, but I know you know money. And I'm happy to say that I've learned a few things today from the stories that many people have shared. So that's the thing from my end. Anything that you'd like to share? Because it's been like I've had this challenge with collective wisdom series. We don't know when we start, when we end, and we are not sure how fast the time passes because the topics are so, and I think in one topic only we finish off 20-25 minutes, we don't realize. So that's how it is. Open for your thoughts, any thoughts or anything that you'd like to share to close the session for today. It's already 10:20. Sri Krishna, go ahead.
Yeah. So, so it was very interesting topic actually regarding money and also I feel that investing also, we should not go all FD or all equity वो नहीं करना चाहिए. That also, so we need to have a balance also, and we should not even be that कंजूस also. मैं कुछ भी spend नहीं करूँगा, कुछ भी नहीं करूँगा. I see people, saying that also we need to be. So we need to keep a balance. We need to enjoy life. At the same time, we should think of future also. Like actually, I appreciate Lakshmi Narayan sir. Like he said about like life insurance and medical insurance. So वो चीज ना actually I am planning to take one life insurance actually. तो वो ना ये office काम हो तो I am forgetting it literally. So that's something I am planning to do in a very short time. So that's one thing. And of course, investing is something I am learning. But and one interesting thing I want to share. So you said regarding the emergency fund, like 3 months. So I would say that थोड़ा safe ही रहेंगे, 6 months तक भी जाएंगे. I mean 6 months का income whatever we have, we will keep it as emergency fund. That I feel that we can be conservative in that way, so that we can.
श्री कृष्णा प्रॉब्लम ये है, अगर पहले 3 मंथ का तो आने दो, नहीं तो लोग क्या है 6 मंथ बोलेंगे तो 6 मंथ यार, नेक्स्ट मंथ ऑनवर्ड स्टार्ट करेंगे।
हाँ वो है, हाँ समझ में आया। ओके ओके गॉट इट। हाँ समझ में आया। So that's what very interesting
you.
session.
Thank you, Shri
Session
Krishna.
तो I like.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Vijaya.
In this all for na earning, saving, spending and investing, one more point should be there. Your earning should be updated. Means क्या, जिससे हम earn कर रहे हैं ना, we have to put some money on that also to upgrade our skill.
हाँ, वो आप इन्वेस्टिंग की बात कर लो. इन्वेस्टिंग
तो वो
need not be in financial investments. It can also be into yourself also. So see the dynamics of these 4 things that we discussed. Earning को upgrade करने के लिए आपको invest करना भी जरूरी है. So invest need not be about financial investment only. आप जाके एक यूनिवर्सिटी में और एक डिग्री कर लोगे तो आज जो आपका 2 लाख का सैलरी है तो वो 3 लाख हो जाएगा. So you are investing into your future earnings. So all those things are there. So these pillars which are there, you need to take care of. All we're saying is that how are you balancing those pillars of earning, spending, investing and saving. So this is the sequence that you need to take care of. That's the thing that I wanted to share. Shaheen, Shubhadra ma'am. Yes, Madhu, go ahead.
Yeah, there is one point I think everyone agree with me. Whenever we started earning 10,000 rupees, we used to stay in some 3,000 or 2,000 rupees home, and expenses also like that. The same person, when we started earning 50,000, obviously the expenses will go like anything. Then when we go like same way, but what is the difference we identify here means we are comparing with the others or the society, or we feel like more happiness or more freedom or more we can enjoy more or something like that. So without knowing itself, our expenses are going like that. So that's the reason I think I don't know how much Lakshmi agree with that, but I see that how much you required and how much you are earning, if you know that clarity and if you're able to follow that, definitely will be very happy, I guess. I don't know, I feel for me it's very tough to follow those things, but yeah, I mean to say we feel like I need little more comforts or something like that, and we'll compare with society. We are in society, so those things will be there. Then we'll put ourselves more efforts to earn more, and such kind of things. But it's I think good points we need to follow. Wonderful. Along with all these points. Thank you, Ram.
Yes, wonderful pointer. That balance and that choice that you're making and the discipline that you have is something which is critical in financial success for people. Wonderful. Anyone else? Dinesha, I think he's still stuck in that dinner party only. Last week's Abidi. Shubhadra ma'am, Shaheen, Pratna ma'am, thank you. Akanksha missing. Attendance absent today.
No, I'm here, sir. What
No,
do I
there
add
only.
money?
We are saying that only. You are there only.
I survive on my parents' money, sir. I'm not one to, add no pocket money, nothing.
No. You don't have to think of it that way. Look at your pocket money that you get or whatever. Now forget about COVID. Okay. Now then you need to attend marketing classes of how to sell yourself.
That's why I'm listening.
You have to ask how to ask more money is something that you have to learn, because you'll have to, a lot of people who are into jobs will be doing that. How to get my more increment is a question that they'll always have. Thank you. Yep. Okay, Uma ma'am, anyone else would like to share anything before we close for today? And I would request each one of you all to stay back after the session. After the recording stops, we can discuss a few things that I have in mind. Anything else, anyone? I've opened the Speaker Club WhatsApp group. Do share your feedback there. And let me close the usual way. And then we'll stay back for networking. Saturday nights have never been this beautiful for the last 98 Saturday nights now. It's been an honor to be sharing perspectives, listening to your perspectives and gaining new perspectives. Thank you for the love that you keep coming back every week and adding life to our lives and to every member of the Speaker Club family. See you all next Saturday, 9 p.m. again.